The new kingdom of finance is being built, and XPR plus the entire Metallicus ecosystem want to play a part in that, folks. And as you all know, if you followed me, you know that I'm against that cultish mindset in crypto. Be it XRP maxis, be it XPR maxis, XDC maxis, QNT, or hbar maxis, whatever. I think that for this industry to survive and thrive, I think we need more than a few handful of good projects that can collaborate with one another. If not collaborate, at least we need some projects for the external world to take us seriously, to take us more seriously than we are all than the meme frenzy, folks, the meme coins, Dogecoin, and other coins that do not have a good utility. We want good projects that can bring real world value, that can bring real world change, give us real solid use cases. And obviously, I'm against that mindset. Anyways, we cover various perspectives on things. It's still me, LB, over here. Ripple CEO Brett Garlinghouse confirms now is the time to move to metal. Let us be clear, there's going to be different chains for different solutions. So from the looks of it, I agree that the mature thought is that we need different solutions, folks, in this industry and in the real world. We need different connecting points, and we ultimately need various projects that can ultimately collaborate with each other as well. Obviously, folks, we cannot say that one project alone can do every single thing. Yeah, it can do 99.9% of things, let's say, but still, it needs the legacy systems to integrate with. It needs various other blockchains as well, somewhere down the line, to do something new, at least, if not something entirely different. So this is what my take, that we need good projects to survive. So support each other and let's get rich together. XRP, XPR, metal, loan. Anyways, let's see what this post has to offer. It's still me, LB, by the way. November 8th, so this is latest.
Brad, there's been a debate recently on crypto Twitter. I'm sure you've seen some of it play out about XRP's use case now that Ripple does have RLUSD as its stablecoin, and you're branching out from cross-border payments into other areas. Yeah. You recently did say in a tweet, XRP sits at the center of everything Ripple does. Can you kind of explain what you meant by that?
Well, I think I don't understand this, but well, first of all, I think we can all agree there's a lot of misinformation and sometimes disinformation in crypto Twitter. Yeah. That's not great for anybody. I sometimes think people like to paint a picture that is somehow like Ripple's given up on XRP. Right. I mean, that just doesn't make sense. Like, I mean, for a whole bunch of reasons. I mean, one is
clear it up.
Well, for me, that tweet was trying to let's just be very clear. When we think about, and as I said earlier, when we think about G Treasury, okay, so Ripple wants to be as a treasury management infrastructure player, we now can introduce things like Ripple payments. Mm-hmm. Ripple payments, some of those go through stablecoins, some of them goes through XRP. And that depends upon corridor, that depends upon currency pair, we want to deliver the best possible product to a customer at the best price. And sometimes that may be a stablecoin, sometimes it may not. And frankly, something that's not widely known for your audience, there was a period of time where Ripple was minting in 2023, first part of 2023, Ripple was minting 20% of all USDC. That's because we were doing institutional payment flows and we used USDC. We also used USDT. We also used XRP. I don't look at the world and say, well, we are not XRP maximalists. There's going to be different chains for different solutions and different technologies. I think we have to start, and I mean this when I say we, I mean the whole crypto industry has to start with what problem and for what customer are we solving? Mm-hmm. If we just try to, it's like, hey, I have a technology and I just want to apply it to a customer. It's like, well, a customer doesn't think about it that way. A customer has a problem. How do we apply the right technologies? Yeah. XRP is very scalable, very fast, and very inexpensive on a per transaction basis. That makes it good for some things and probably less good for other things. That's okay. And Ripple will use other technologies in in those situations. But if Ripple can go from, managing tens of billions of dollars of payment transactions to hundreds of billions of dollars of payments transactions to trillions of dollars, and if XRP doesn't have 100% of that pie, but the pie is growing very quickly, like, that's great. I'm happy. That's a really good place to be.
Mm-hmm. So do you guys see, does that clear it up, Ellie?
Oh, it clears it up. Right. We'll see what the XRP, do we call them army anymore? I don't know.
Community. We tried to rebrand family.
Okay. We'll see what they say.
But you know what?
It's more peaceful times.
I kind of come around to, like, I love the XRP army. We have, look, we were attacked. And I don't just mean by the SEC. Like, there are those who are maximalists of their particular religion. I respect that. As long as people are being kind of like constructive and honest and not spreading disinformation, I'm like, okay, fair enough. We can disagree. I try genuinely to support, and I think the whole industry benefits if we kind of get behind the whole industry. Instead of fighting about how big my piece of the pie is, let's think about how big the pie is.
Mm-hmm. I think it's really...
Folks, what do you guys think? Do you think we need more than one project if XRP does good in the long haul and people say that it has all-in-one solution? And I agree to a certain extent that every project in this space, in the utility space especially, is trying to overlap, or at least trying to be a one-stop solution. Even XDC network, folks, if you remember, it's specialized in global trade finance, if you remember. But even XDC has opened doors to payments and other solutions, be it tokenization or any other thing. But every project is trying to do to be a one-stop solution, like I said. But do you think that at certain point, would they need another project, another good project to at least collaborate or enhance the use cases for a global economy? What's your take on it? Is it good to be a maxi, or do you think that having a multiple portfolio, or at least supporting various different projects is the way to go? Because I really like to support various good projects, and I want good projects to survive and thrive. Look at this. This is Crypto Hunter Arab. XPR looks ready for ignition. After weeks of pressure inside a tight descending wedge, XPR is bouncing from a strong support level and building momentum again. Check this out, folks. A breakout from this zone could push the price up 100%. So this means if it is 100%, it will almost reach 1 cent from this level over here, folks. Check this out. So I do not know what this post is going to look like and the price is going to look like at the time of the posting, but at this time, look at this. At the time this post was basically published, we are at 0.004814 level, and 100% is pretty much doable if we go on and break this resistance. But obviously, folks, you have to do your own due diligence and research. By the way, XPR and Proton have got one of the best communities when it comes to subliminal messages, symbolic messages, and everything like XRP, folks. Check this out. Further confirmation, this Protoni, that this is the air we see XPR and IQD take action. The Total Spies episode, Future Shock, was released 2005. That is 20 years ago. So different takes on XPR and Metal. Look at this. Not joking, Metal and XPR are about to go wild. Awesome. Check this out. Let me open this up. Strap in for what is next with XPR and Metal. We're about to print a head-turning candle. A-chain, B-chain, and TDBN are near. POS, finality, fast settlement, no fees. Awesome, folks. By the way, if we talk about blockchain voting, it is here as well with XPR. Marshall Hayner has the solution for that. Blockchain voting demo on Proton. So we've already had that. The future of DeFi is verified. Why digital identity belongs on-chain. Check this out, folks. Why on-chain identity matters. Digital identity provides the missing link between the openness of blockchain and accountability of TradeFi. So these are some checklists. Meet jurisdictional compliance standards. detect and prevent exposure to SDN-listed wallets or illicit funds, enable cross-border interoperability, awesome, build trust with regulators. So this is why digital ID is important, folks, that's for sure. And the path forward as global regulations tightens from EU's MiCA to the US Genius Act, the institutions that move first on digital identity will lead the next wave of compliant, interoperable DeFi. Awesome, folks. Check this out. Everyone is bearish on the economy, but that just means they don't understand what is really happening. The US dollar DXY is getting stronger, and while people panic, the real move is happening behind the scenes. Over $1 trillion has been added to the money supply, feeding directly into tokenized assets and stablecoins that are 1:1 with the dollar. So we're packaging real world assets, gold, treasuries, real estate into on-chain securities, folks. This is what we're talking about. Look at this. US stable coins will become depegged in the future, especially the non-compliance ones. This is why the best stable coins is the stable coin that is backed up by a basket of regulated stable coin. There is only one, XMD dollar. So let's hope that metal dollar can come up with solution, because this is looking really bad, folks. Check this out. DEUSD over here, from the looks of it, from $1 pegged all the way to 5 cents. You do not want this to happen to any stable coin, folks, especially USDT, folks, you know, because a lot of people are having their money over there. By the way, folks, what I like about XPR and its community is how diverse it is. So we've got different takes on it, be it religious perspectives, be it subliminal perspectives, be it technical perspectives, be it rational perspectives. So it has got a diverse community, the Metallicus ecosystem, folks. So check this out. We're talking about the new kingdom. Check this out.
The restoration of truth and justice. The new kingdom, you guys. It starts in America. Now these two images here, this is the Pisces symbol, but instead of fish, like regular fish, they use catfish. This symbol is the Aquarian symbol, or it's the water bowl that Aquarius is pouring out. And it's referencing the end of the Piscean age and the beginning of the Aquarian age. And catfish dwell at the bottom of the water, which represents hidden truth, or truth coming to light from the depths of the water, okay? And Aquarius brings that truth to light. Now, I want to make sure you guys understand that the Christ symbol is right there, right in the middle. And we've got the 4 angels on each corner, and we also have the ark, which is interesting because we had this message on Tuesday, and in the middle of this picture in America, we have an ark. And the ark has been a reoccurring symbol on the US debt clock. Now, coming back to these angels on the 4 corners, okay, we're going to talk about the Mormon coin now. The Mormon coin has the 4 angels. They're blowing their trumpets. Again, the New Jerusalem down here, we've got the angels on the 4 corners, angels on the 4 corners up there, you guys. Now, Marshall Smith is the so-called prophet of the Mormon coin. And he posts on X, you guys, they are bringing people into the XPR network, because while building God's kingdom, or Zion, in America, and eventually the world, whenever we have heaven on earth, it will be God's kingdom. What's interesting about this, it says, I have been called by the Lord to the XPR network to restore the Mormon coin to all its glory, or in all its glory. So there we have the restore word again. It says many will be called, but few will serve. And it's interesting because Marshall Smith posts pretty regularly on X, and it says, today, I am not a learned man, but I seek righteousness in all things. The Lord's network will prevail. Save it be by the unwavering faith of those who hodl in these latter days. He's calling XPR network the Lord's network. His purpose is to get people onboarded to the XPR network. And you see Christ's symbol right there up in the middle. That is the Lord's, Christ's kingdom. So they're building Christ's kingdom in America and on chain on XPR network. You guys, we have to pay attention to these words, these little words that have such huge meaning. We talked about this today on the live with Echo, and how the XPR network aligns with the US debt clock. You guys, it is very interesting when Marshall Smith has their X Spaces or their Sunday congregation, his messages align with the US debt clock. But he also warns there will be a lot of persecution and hatred, and to keep your faith.
So folks, what do you guys think about XPR and the Metallicus ecosystem? Do you think that they are indeed forging the new kingdom of finance? Look at this. Straight from the FedNow website, credit unions and community banks across America will be plugged into Metal blockchain and XPR network without even knowing it. Do hit the comment box below and let the community know. Anyways guys, this was it for the video. If you liked it, make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification icon if you're interested in utility coins and rational technical info. Until next time, stay blessed and stay tuned. Thank you very much, everyone.